Hey everyone, thanks for joining us again for another live podcast. This is American Coin and Currency. We are here today with John Mady, CEO, founder of American Coin and Currency, Dustin Lee, social media lead at here at American Coin and Currency. How's it going, John?
It's going good. Can't complain. Uh, Uptick in business in the last week, which is always good. And so, yeah, the summer months, it's some people call them the doldrums, but summer months are normally really busy for us. And it's, like any kind of business where you sell product, you always have ebb and flow. And so, we're always busy, but then you get times where it becomes even more so. So everyone here at the company seems to be just doing more business, writing more business, which is fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, business is great. Yeah, I've been connecting with some new seller or buyers from New York. Apparently, I've been working with them on eBay, so they're starting to realize the value of what coins we have. So they're like really
Yep.
hammering at the dams for us. So they really they're very interested in what we have. So it's good to see there's a uptick of interest, being that it is summertime. Um, and yeah, I think people are out enjoying their summer, but people are still buying and people are still going out there and getting some new inventory. So it's good to see people are still interested, seeing what the mint's going on, like more than ever that I've seen. So it's been great.
Yeah. There's also an uptick of sellers. There's always people looking to sell coins, but
Yeah.
we're pretty particular about what we purchase. We get a lot. 9 out of 10 calls are just or emails are just because people don't know. If you're not in the business, you don't know what's valuable, what's not. And just because I always say, just because it's old doesn't mean that it's valuable. And so people, they might come across, inherit some coins that are, from the 40s or 50s, and they think that they have a gold mine, but unfortunately that's just common stuff. And so we pass up on a lot of collections. I wouldn't even call them collections. They're just random coins. But you get that 1 out of 10 that's something you can really sink your teeth into. And so I'm working on one right now that hopefully it'll be closed by next week, and that'll be something real juicy. All green, all graded coins, a lot of old Morgans, trade dollars, which I absolutely love. Trade dollars, especially when they have the chop marks in them, and other some gold pieces that are graded. So I'd say 99% of the collection is graded coins, which right away that the person who owned that collection knew what they were doing. And so yeah, the sellers will get a nice premium for that collection. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it goes through.
Nice. Yeah, I've the same client from New York. They want a bunch of Morgan and Peace when they're available, so that's good. It's good seeing that interest. Yeah, some big deals happening. Yeah, I like to hear that. Especially things that are maybe a little bit like odds and ends, rather than just the, I guess, more streamlined what's coming out from the mint.
Yeah. It's interesting. We've talked about the Liberty Bells that the mint released, the 1 ounce gold, the half ounce, and the half ounce silver. And I did get some calls from customers who wanted my opinion on because they actually were able to get from the mint directly the 1 ounce and the half ounce gold. I just want my opinion on what they long-term perspective, outlook on those. And I think long-term they'll do very well on them. A couple people were thinking about returning. Apparently there's been a good amount of returns to the mint on these coins, so more have come to market. And the prices seem to have stabilized a little bit on eBay from what I see. I don't care what listings show. I only care about sold listings.
Yeah,
That's yeah.
exactly.
And some of these, I don't know how the sellers, make any money after eBay fees. 1 ounce sold for 20,500, and the mint was charging $19,600. So
Mm,
even if you're at a 5% rate with eBay, you're talking about $1,000 fee on 20,000. Um, you're under what you bought it from the mint for. So
yeah,
it's
you get it.
but long term, I think that those people that do own them and hold them will do really well with them.
Hmm.
We
Yeah,
we we
that's
passed up on them. Actually, I was so close
okay.
to pulling the trigger and getting some. The only problem was that I couldn't get advanced release like we normally
Uh,
like to get, and there was no guarantee on grade. Where with all of our other coins, as you know, which we're going to go over a few of them today that we've been offering, they're all either proof or mint state 70, deep cameo, advanced release, and
mhm.
being able to offer that high pedigree is what separates us from other dealers. So I just didn't want to invest that kind of money and get 68s or 69s. If I can't have guaranteed 70, then it's just not worth it. There's just a little too much risk there.
Yeah, it's in yeah, all grading services and coins or cards, anything. It's just one grade down. That's a huge significance. We're looking at like sometimes a 90% difference in price. I mean,
Oh,
that's
sure.
at that point you're just buying raw, you know. Um,
Yep.
yeah, it's a tough place, but yeah, we definitely offer such a high pedigree. It's just it's hard to accept less at that point. Um, it sells itself, in that sense. It speaks for itself. The coins, and that's how I've been in multiple industries. Just the product, the coin in this case is it sells itself. The quality is there. Um, it's and then it's just finding the right people that or people that are interested in higher quality coins. They're gonna flock to the right ones. So
Yeah,
um,
and on the flip side, when it comes time to eventually sell,
mhm,
you get what you pay
true.
for. And sometimes people, they want to. I had a perfect example of a customer who was looking to sell some of the 2016 uh, gold Mercury dimes, and they were all graded and they're all 70s, but they're first strikes. And
Okay.
the market for first strikes is just not a strong market. If it was a first day of issue, that would be great.
Mhm.
Advanced release wasn't around. That program wasn't around in 2016, so it
Uh,
wouldn't be that. But I when I priced them, they were basically priced, you know, about $100 over spot. They're 10th ounce, and that's just
okay.
you know, had he bought FDIs, he would have gotten a nice chunk more than for the first strike. So, point being, it's
Mhm.
worth spending a little more money and getting the highest pedigree. And like we always talk about and use the analogy of you get a sports car. Do
Yeah.
you want one with the V6 or do you want one with the V8 twin turbo, all the bells and whistles? When you go to sell that car, which one do you think is going to be worth, with more money? So
True. Yeah, it's like buying a new car off the lot. It loses half its value. So you can't, you're gonna buy a Rolls Royce or you're gonna buy a Honda Civic. Like, so like a huge difference.
exactly,
Um, so yeah, that Rolls Royce will appreciate over time, and Honda Civic, it still holds its
not so
value, but
much.
not so much.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to cover some topics today around coins. And maybe go a little backstory. And before we get in there, I want to talk a little bit about our sponsor today. Um, pull this up here. And all right. Let's go back here. Oh, All right, so if you guys are still stuck in dinosaur times and sending checks in the mail like snail mail, you don't want to lose on the action. So fastchecks.io, our sponsor today, we're going to want to talk about them. They allow you to print out e-checks, send them directly to your customer, your client, your purchasing wherever you're going with your checks, and it allows you to purchase your products sooner and faster. If you want to buy a coin from us, sending e-check over mail is gonna take a long time. Send us an email, send us an e-check. Fastchecks.io will definitely help you get there much faster than anybody. And we highly recommend them. That's our sponsor, but we use them as well. If you want to make sure that you are at the front of the door and the action, make sure you want to make that deal happen today. Definitely want to send an e-check from fastchecks.io. And we appreciate fastchecks.io always being our sponsor.
Yeah, thank you, Fast Checks. I I turned a couple dealer friends on to Fast Checks, and especially for dealers, like we having to wait a week, especially if there's coins that are in short supply but high demand. Typically it's money in house is what that's what is the predicate. So people sometimes get bumped because other orders come in and they're paid for that day with a credit card or a wire or an ACH. And unfortunately, that customer that wants to mail a check and it takes a week, by the time the check gets here, the coins have been sold out. And that's happened numerous times, unfortunately. So by using Fast Checks, we can just get our customers' routing, account number, and check number, print the check here, go deposit it, and that's done in within a few minutes. And so it locks our customers in. So the dealer friends that I introduced Fast Checks to, they're using it, they're digging it, they love it, because now they can just get instant payment instead of waiting a week for a check to get in. So thanks, Fast Checks.
Yeah, get yourself a basic account today. You can get yourself signed up, subscribe, and get yourself up to 5 e-checks through fastchecks.io. And definitely for those who are dealers out there, you want to look into the standard at $29.95. You're going to get yourself up to 20 e-checks. And you got to think every deal that you make could be thousands of dollars missing out of your pocket if you're not using e-checks, especially from fastchecks.io. So appreciate fastchecks.io for a sponsor, and definitely check them out, fastchecks.io. So let's move into our next section here. We'll be focusing on our coins. All right, let's pull some images here. So we'll start with what's been we just got on the board here. All right, let's see. Wait, where's? I think it's in the back here. Okay, no, let's pull off Fast Checks. Put us in the corner.
Yeah, okay. There we go.
All right.
Beautiful coin.
Sure. So yeah, let's start with today's first coin is the 1776 2026 dual date Silver Eagle Enhanced. We just got the both NGC, Gaudioso, and PCGS Damstra, which we'll be showing you guys as well. Yeah, if you're going to share with our guests any backstory on this coin.
Sure. So this is for our customers that earlier in the year purchased the enhanced American Gold Eagle, the 1 ounce gold piece. This is the accompanying silver piece. So all of our customers that received the 1 ounce gold have already purchased this. If they've reached out to us or we've been able to get a hold of them, because it is a set. Having both of them completes it and makes it's more valuable as a whole than just having one or the other. Obviously, the gold one is worth significantly more than the silver, but that being said, this is a special coin. I mean, there's aside from it being, we've talked about this many times. It's a semi-cinquentennial of the United States, so they're pumping out then they meet being the U.S. Mint. Many just once in literally the generation lifetime coins that have a lot of special attributes, such as the Liberty Bell Privy on this piece here, the enhanced finish, the very low mintage. I believe 125,000 of these were minted, and they sold out. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. They were sold out within minutes. So that shows you the high demand in this piece. And what's nice about the silver piece, Dustin, is that not everyone can afford the 1 ounce gold piece. So we have a lot of customers that like to get multiples, and so that's why we try to get both NGC as well as the PCGS, so they can get maybe 5 of each, half a sleeve, or even 10 of each, and have a full sleeve of these spectacular coins. I love the enhanced finish, specimen 70 grade, both by NGC and PCGS, and it's just it's a absolutely beautiful coin that is already doing well in the secondary market. Again, this is something though that if you're going to spend the money, like I have an expression that I use all the time: if it's something worth doing, do it right. And that to me applies with investments and collecting. So if you're going to spend the money on a coin such as this, whether it be the silver or the gold, get the finest pedigree. It might be a few dollars more, but that few dollars means a lot. And that includes having it in advanced release with signature, SP70. You don't want a 69 because you might as well just own the bullion at that point, just a raw coin from the mint. And so, we're excited about these. We just put these in inventory, I believe, like I said, yesterday or the day before, and they're already, we're moving them rapidly. And so we're able to offer to our customers both graders. And, as you know, Dustin, you've been doing this for a while now. There's customers that they only want PCGS. There's other customers that they only want NGC graded coins. And there's some that they don't care. They'd like to have both. So we fill those needs for those customers.
Yeah,
and
limited
so
supply.
Yeah, there is a limited supply. We were not able to get as many as I was originally hoping because, again, the mint only produced 125,000. And then you have to think, out of that 125,000, it's that that pyramid, right? As you go higher and higher up that pyramid to the finest, how many are going to grade out 70? How many are going to be advanced release? And then how many are going to be signed? So as you keep adding those parameters, those numbers, those populations get lower and lower and lower. And that's the whole key to collecting and investing in rare coins, is buying coins that are not only rare, but of a very, very low population and fine pedigree.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of feedback on coins that we've sold, and the percentages I've heard in our pedigree is like 10% or less, and a lot of times we have like a good percentage of that.
All the time. Most of the time. I mean, we're going to go over some other coins today, but perfect example. The other day, I had a customer who bought the last of our 2025 Superman half ounce gold pieces, and those were PCGS 70 proof 70s signed, advanced release signed by Damstra. And when I went and did I just happened to go on PCGS because for the folks that are listening that don't know, you can go onto the grader's website, whether it be PCGS or NGC, and take that unique numerical identifier on the label and use the verify function on that site, and it will pull up all information pertaining to that coin. So when I did that with the Superman, I realized that there was only 5 of them that were of the pedigree we had, Damstra
Wow.
signed. And so I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing that there's only, think about that. There's only 5 of those in the world exactly
Jeez.
like that. And we owned all 5 of them. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think the other coin that I seen that we had was those. It was that dual day uh, gold one that we had for Geo or something, or the
The Fujios. Yeah, the
Fujio. Yeah.
Continental, the modern commemorative of the Fujio Continental dollar, which is a
Mhm.
famous coin. It's the originals are nearly impossible to get. They never come up for sale. They were made out of pewter, and a few
Oh,
examples were made out of silver. The silver, if one came up for auction, you're looking at 7 figures easy 7 figures. But the pieces we had were actually they were 70s, they were NGC, and they were signed, and we were able to get 10 pieces that exist on the planet that were signed by Gaudioso. So that was pretty cool as well.
yeah. That's impressive. Yeah, but yeah, like you said, like there's a lot of times we are the only ones that pretty much have it. Like it's and it keeps showing up. Like for instance, I posted this coin yesterday on eBay. People have first strike. People have you know. I don't think anyone has any advanced release, but it's pretty much like first strike is like the highest I've seen for most of the coins we release, and then ours is like extremely higher than theirs, like in the pedigree, like nobody can touch it basically. um
Yep.
yeah,
Well,
just it
it's
just
the
happens.
same thing with the Mercury dime sets that we have, and I believe we
Oh,
still have a few of those in house. Um,
yeah,
there
that's
are
good.
only 36 or 37 of those, as per PCGS Coinfax, in the designation and pedigree that we're offering that set in. So I mean those low numbers are that's the standing liberty, but
Yeah,
that's the same thing. That's going to be
where's
under
the
50
Mercury?
under
I
50
can't
pieces. That there
find
you go. That's
where's
that.
the Mercury?
Yep. Um, and
The
we
other
sell.
one.
And here's the thing: like one rule that I've always had with this business since day one is whether it's rare modern numismatics or pre 1933 numismatics, is that we price our coins not off what the market. We price our coins off what we buy them for, right? So
Yeah.
even if we get incredible deals, we're not trying to, like, be greedy or just ask for prices that we could probably get. We're competitive
Mm.
to lesser specimens, lesser degreed coins, for the most part, that are, we're only in some cases $100, a couple $100, or depending on the coin, $1,000 more. But that extra $1,000 pays off in the long term,
Oh
and
yeah.
reason being, going back to population. So when you have only 37 of these exactly like that in the gold and silver set, and that there's 8 billion people on the planet, and you have one of only 37 things that exist on the planet like that. To me, that's just absolutely exceptional, and that's what drives me. I love getting great product for my coworkers and for our customers, and it's just a win-win for everyone involved.
Yeah, I like being able to have higher quality products and coins. Just it sets us apart from the rest, and that's always been like every industry I've been a part of has been like trying to find the highest quality. If it's the company's businesses, products, it's easier to connect with that. It's easier to sell products, or coins in this case, Um, being that it's like, to me, it's always been like for electronics wise laptops, like MacBook Pros are like the best computer essentially. So having this as like the MacBook Pro of, coins is just, sets us apart from everybody. Like, and I always like that what we have is, it's highest quality, highest pedigree, all the designations, all signatures. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's amazing to consistently have these coins in house, but at the same time, these are so rare and access is very hard, and limited supply. So it really plays a bigger role in the sense of people, one knowing what they're wanting to purchase and being able to connect with dealers like us who have access to these coins.
That's
It's
correct.
just, yeah. So it's like that to me is like we're in such like a place that is just so highly scalable. Um, being that we're not just dealing with any coin, obviously you like run into estates and stuff like that, but like being straight from the mint, it's just 70s. It's it's a great place to be for sure.
Sure. Well, also if you're and there's nothing wrong with dealers that sell lesser pedigreed coins, but in
Right.
my mind, it becomes commoditized, and therefore there's nothing special about them. You're just buying one of many that exist. Whereas
Mm.
if you're gonna if you're gonna put your hard-earned money towards something, why not put that or invest that into something that actually has true rarity? And I mean, look at the design of what's up on the screen right now. That is an absolutely beautiful design. I mean, I the engravers at the mint that are employed there, they are just so super talented with what they're able to create. And I don't know if we should actually do a show on how coins are created from start to finish. I think
Wow.
that'd be an interesting show.
Yeah.
From the whole process of how they create them out of wax, and then they make, they make the dye out of the wax, and then so on and so forth to the final product. But yeah, I mean, this is just it's a true pleasure to be able to, after many years of working very very hard, that we're at the point now where we have the ability to offer the best of the best to our clients. That's rewarding.
Yeah. Yeah. It goes to show like how much effort you have put into building the business and being able to connect with, higher quality sources and distribution channels. And that takes years of one being, in the industry, talking to the right people and having that background, having that like, the history for people trust you and know that you're, going to be a good source and good person to work with.
Yeah,
Not everybody's in that position to have that access. It's just it takes years of due diligence and perseverance. I'm sure there's a lot of dealers that maybe get burned out at a certain point or may not have the
sure.
access. Yeah, and you know and
And on the other side of that, there's dealers that have been blacklisted. I know of a couple of them because they did
imagine.
have access to these types of products, but then
Right.
they grossly overcharged their customers
Ah,
because of all of the things we've just discussed, the rarity, the low
mhm,
populations, the
true.
finest pedigree. And that's not good either, because that gives the industry as a whole a black eye. It's a stain on the on other dealers that are reputable, like American Coin, and do business the right way. So all in all, I couldn't be happier with our products and the products that we're able to offer to our clientele. And I would love to quote prices right now on these products, but the only thing holding me back is that we don't have in-house. I have a set price on how we have an MSRP. So the MSRP on this set, I believe, was $29.95 for the set, I think it was. And so we sell them for less than that. We'll never sell over, but
Mm.
some of our salespeople have different relationships with different customers. Some customers spend a lot more money with them, so they'll give them special deals, and that's why if you would like to get pricing on any of the coins that Dustin and I are talking about today and that you're seeing on the screen, by all means, give me a call, send out a text or an email, and I'll be more than happy to quote you prices. I just don't want to step on anyone's toes. And yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I can guarantee you that the price that you will get from me is going to be very acceptable, and you'll be happy with our service and our high level of just knowledge and our ability to not only it's not only about selling coins, but it's also having the ability to help build a collection. A lot of times I get customers that, okay, especially if they're just starting out, let's say they did very well in life and they have money that they want to put towards building something, and we start, there's a process to that. And so that's the level of trust that I take very, very, very serious. And so putting together the correct type of collection for the correct client, because everyone's different. So, that takes time and effort and energy. And, but after, we have customers that after years and years, we're able to go back and rebuy the coins that they bought, maybe 2 years ago, sometimes 3, sometimes 5 years ago.
Wow.
And I mean, I can give you an example right now, Dustin. One of my coworkers just purchased back some coins that we sold to. Well, he sold to one of the firm's customers back in 2023, and the customer made over 120% return on
Wow.
that on those coins. Now,
Wow.
that's not the norm. I'm not going to say that's going to happen every time, but it does happen.
Mm.
So having and working with a dealer that has that ability to do that for you, as opposed to dealers that are just there to sell you, and then if it ever comes time where you need to sell some coins for whatever reason, or you pass away, or whatever, your kids get them and they want to sell them, having a trusted dealer is invaluable in this industry and business.
Yeah, give us a call, 561-310-8341. You need coins at gmail.com. Find us on Linktree, American Coin ACC, eBay, American CC, and find us on Google Maps, Yelp, and Apple Maps. Yes, yeah, exactly. You want to be able to have that, standing relationship with your customers, and be able, if they decide they want to offset some of their costs, 20-40% increase, especially from 2023. I mean, that's a huge increase.
Huge.
That's definitely something that not a lot of dealers can offer. Be able to buy these coins back, but we're able to do that. That's amazing.
Yep.
It's good.
And I always say, coins are not like stocks. They're not equities. They're not futures. They're not supposed to go up in value that quickly. They're
Right.
really not. Coins are collectible at the end of the day. Some people use them for different reasons, whether it be an investment vehicle or just because they love the hobby of collecting coins, numismatics, or both. But there's that coin that's up on the screen right there is destined to be in that pedigree, a valuable coin. I'm sorry, I was on the point there, but then I realized that I have one here that I just was going through a collection. It's a 1942 Mercury dime, and it's in such, it's hard to see, I know, but it is in such, in the fold, it's hard to tell, but this is in such beautiful condition that I'm actually going to send it in for grading. I think this is going to grade out like a mint state. I think it's going to be like a 68,
Okay.
67 plus, perhaps. I know I just got off track there, but that's how my brain works. It bounces around.
I feel it.
But yeah, having that ability to help out customers and put together really world class collections, and not all coins are going to uh, bring a return, and that's why if you're collecting 69s, like, and I'm talking new issues instead of 70s because you're trying to save a few bucks, or you're collecting first releases and first strikes as opposed to advanced release, then those are commoditized. They're not, there's no excitement when it comes time, and then it makes our job harder to move those products for customers. And typically they bought them from other dealers at some point in the past, so it's not like we sold them to them and then we have to give them the bad news that, well, they're really only worth their silver content. Luckily, silver's gone up tremendously since they probably had purchased them, so they've done well, at least in that aspect. But yeah, it's we're here for the customer at the end of the day, and to ensure that we put together world-class collections.
Yeah, some of these customers that need certain coins, or missing part of their collection. It's good that we have the access, and then a lot of times they don't want a first strike. They don't want any lower, not lower, but less less of a pedigree. A lot of times advanced release is like always at the top of the list. So yeah, it's a hard sell for first strike in comparison. But if you're gonna add it to your collection, I get it. You're just getting those years. But yeah, if you're gonna get any specific coins, you definitely want to get the highest pedigree, and we have that available for everybody. But of course, always limited supply only. And get a hold of us, 561-310-8341. Oh, am I still here?
Yep. Uniquecoins at Gmail. We're everywhere. Linktree. You can find us. You go to our eBay. We're on all the social media platforms, and we're easily accessible. And we do buy, and we're always looking for good estates to purchase, and notes too. I know we don't speak much about notes, old currencies, but I love old currencies maybe slightly more than coins, in that I love the artwork and the design of some old currency notes. So you never know what someone might have in a chest in the attic, or in a folder that their grandfather kept. I've had some amazing notes come through here. And again, just because it's old doesn't mean it's valuable. So, and that goes with notes too. I've had people come in with Civil War era notes, which actually, when you feel them, they're so thin, they feel like tissue paper almost, like wallpaper. They're so thin. Some of those Civil War era notes are worth a lot of money, but for the most part, they're known as obsolete notes. They're but you never know, and that's why you have to go and see a reputable dealer. And like I always say, our friends over at the ANA, the American Numismatic Association, Christian was on our show last week, head of marketing there. I always tell people, if do a quick search, go to money.org. I get so many calls a week, people out of state, they don't feel comfortable mailing their coins to us, and I understand, that's fine, even though we ship millions of dollars worth of coins all over the country and to different graders. Things don't get lost in the mail. But still, point being is that you go to money.org, and any reputable dealer will be listed on money.org, the American Numismatic Association's website. So always keep that in mind when looking for a dealer to work with. Hopefully you work with us, but if you don't, go to money.org.
Yeah, it's definitely a good place to see some good resources on dealers in your area or just in general across the U.S. But yeah, I've had that with some customers a little bit, weary if they're like, oh, sending coins in, or I get it, but yeah, I mean, we have a lot of security behind that. There's a lot of you know checks and balances. We have a physical location. You can come to the office. You go out and see estates as well, so being able
Oh, yeah.
to, there's a lot of trusted factors there. So being that we're A&A lifetime members.
Hey, Dustin, can you pull up the Morgan set?
Yep.
I just looked at the time. It's already 1:48. This hour goes by so fast.
Let's see if I get a closer. It's just a bit more again.
So while you're doing that, I'll go through a little history with these. So the last year that the Morgan was minted was 1921, and that was the first year that the peace dollar was minted. They stopped the peace dollar in 1934, and then there was no silver dollars until the Eisenhowers, which a few years they had 40% silver. I comparing an Ike to a Morgan or peace dollar, there's no comparison to me. It's not even in the same ballpark. So to mark the 100-year anniversary of the end of one and the beginning of another, the U.S. Mint came up with a 6-coin set of which was spread out throughout the year to a Morgan and a peace dollar in business strike and proof, and then reverse proof. And those sets from 2021 we were heavily involved in those, and they are really valuable online now if you compare it to what we were selling them for back then. So in 2022 they did not create any because everything going on with COVID and everything around that. But 2023, same thing, 6-coin set. And so we've been involved each year in getting these exact pieces for our customers. They're the PCGS. They're either mint state, proof, or reverse proof 70s in advance release with Damstra labels. And so this year, what makes these so special is that they have on them the Liberty Bell Privy Mark, which is a first for the Morgan peace dollar sets. The mintages are exceedingly low this year. I'm sorry, I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what the mintage was, but it's low, which is great for the market overall. And most exciting is that it has that dual date. That dual date and that Bell Privy there on the obverse of the peace dollar there, that makes these special. So the reverse proofs already came out. We have them, and these have been very popular. Everyone here has been selling them. They're moving out. They're moving quickly. We do not have them in-house yet. They're at the graders right now, but we will have them probably by the end of next week to start shipping. So we take pre-orders, right? We let our customers know if you're going to do a pre-order, you might be waiting 2 or 3 weeks to finally get your coins, but at least you're guaranteed that you're going to get this exact piece, of which there's only going to be roughly 100 that are sets that are Damstra signed in this pedigree in the world, which is amazing. So the reverse proofs, like I said, already came out. And then August 25th, they're doing an enhanced finish Morgan peace dollar set, which is something completely new, which is really, really cool, with these same attributes of dual date and Bell Privy. And then at the end of the year, we'll have the regular proofs coming out, which again will have the dual date and the privy mark. So this year in particular, having this 6 coin set with the attributes that not only the coin has, but the grading attributes and the designations, this is a set. It's a must-own set, and that's what I'm telling my customers. Like, and having all 6 of them is just, if you have the means to get more than one set. I always tell customers, buy one set for your set, buy 2 sets. This way you can keep one set and stash it away. And then if you ever want to sell one set, by set, I mean all 6 coins and, at a later date, that's fine. But these are special this year. I'm not using the correct words to really amplify how special these coins are this year. But again, this is something that we're not going to see again with the dual date. There'll be other privy marks maybe in the future, but
Right.
Perhaps not an enhanced finish. The mint has gone all out this year to provide the community with just spectacular coins. And when you layer on top of that the fine pedigree that we're offering, advanced release with signature, it just puts it in the stratosphere. So really excited about these. And like I said, we do have these that we're selling right now. If you're interested, please give me a call, reach out to us, and I can quote you a price. Again, for the same reasons as before, I don't want to say a set price right now on our show, but these will be sold out pretty quickly. So I would definitely reach out if you have interest in owning all 6 coins. It wouldn't make sense just to get these and not the other, not the ones that are coming out in August and then later in this year. You want all 6 pieces. And so we'll be able to do that for you. They'll all be the same. They're all going to be advanced release, stamps are signed with exceedingly low populations. So that protects your investment in the coins.
Yeah, there's definitely a limited supply, and I have clients are wanting to buy a bunch of them. So next week, I think, we're going to have these in house, I believe, next week, right?
Yeah, towards the end of next week, we're anticipating.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys heard it first. Put in your pre-sales. Any interest, give us a call, 561-310-8341. And get yourself on that list, because obviously there's a limited supply, and I'm pretty sure we have most of it. So it's usually the case. But yeah, we've got about 5 points left. Obviously, we're running out of time here. We'll go through them real quick. We got the Standing Liberty. You guys have checked out the Standing Liberty. We have both the set gold and silver 250 privy.
And this is a little bit more gold. This is a 1/4 ounce as opposed to the dime, which is the 1/10 ounce. This is part of the Best of the Mint series. So this is the second the second launch of that series. There's 3 more sets that are going to be coming out this year that we're really going to be, and what's nice, Dustin, is that all of our coins that we're offering to our customer are going to be uniform, meaning that they're all going to be PCGS Damstra signed advanced release. So at the end of the year, some of our customers are going to own all 10 coins. They're all exactly the same as far as pedigree.
Wow.
Now that's a set. That's going to be a beautiful set to own.
Oh yeah. That's just for one Damstra, having that as a signature and having the pedigree. It's amazing to see what's coming out this year. And in comparison to last year, it's like tenfold. The ability, a lot of these coins are never going to exist again. These dual dates. It's definitely something. Anybody that's in this year, seeing the collection being built out this year, is specifically definitely want to get your hands on these standing quarters. Yeah, it's such a beautiful piece.
Gorgeous, just gorgeous engraving. It's stunning.
Yeah, it's great to see it. But yeah, just like the other ones, limited supply. Give us a hold of us. 561-310-8341 edcoins at gmail.com. We'll go through some other coins here. We got the 10 piece set as well.
Super hot.
Oh,
Super
yeah.
hot. So we sold out of our first allotment, and we were fortunate enough to be able to get another allotment, which are coming in this week. We should have them tomorrow to ship out because we have orders stacking up for these. But again, I mean, just right off the bat, if you want to own a 2026 penny, there it is.
That's
It's
it.
that's the only way to get it. They ceased production in 2025. Many of these quarters here are one year only design, and there's just you have dual dates, you have just the highest pedigree. They're all Damstra signed.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen these as high as $2,000 for a set on eBay right now.
Yep.
And we're selling ours for substantially less than that. So yeah, this is an absolute must-have set. 2017 there was a limited edition San Francisco set that we were involved in. That back then they were Mercanti signed, and those sets now are like $3,000 a set. We were selling them for $800 a set back then.
Wow.
So I expect that these will do they'll mirror that kind of appreciation.
Yeah, I can see that. 3,000, that's crazy. Yeah. I mean, looking at almost 400%. That's a good increase. But yeah, I mean, access to the coin, access to the penny, that in itself is like, is there going to be 2027? I don't think, probably not.
No.
Like, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Pennies are the new Morgans. Someone here in my office came up with that, and I love it. I repeat it all the time. Pennies are the new Morgans.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. But I mean, it's true. I mean, the access is limited. 2025, I thought that was it. So seeing this here is like another chance for people to get a hold of a rarity. So be sure to get a hold of us. Limited supply. If we have it in stock, being that we have another shipment coming in, but of course, get a hold of us. 561-310-8341, and we got some more coins here left on the list. Let's see, just a couple of the ones. I think. Do we still have some of these?
We do. We have maybe a couple sleeves of these left, but yeah, these again are they sell for big money online. In this pedigree, the congratulations set is the mintage was I believe 50,000 off the top of my head, maybe 35,000 pieces in total. But the congratulations set has always been a very sought after part of the American Silver Eagle world, and so yeah, having these is important, especially if you're a Silver Eagle collector. It's right up there with some of the other big boys in the Silver Eagle. And don't forget, I mean, we also have early date PCGS MS70 Mercanti signed Silver Eagles, but then we're talking much more money. But it's still nice to be able to get this in the semi-cinquentennial year, and we have them available for sale. So please reach out. They will be gone pretty soon. I was able to get a few more, like I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I don't even think I put in inventory yet. But yeah, we just sold a couple on eBay, I think this morning, one or two. And of course, there's just so much, so much product comes out at once. Like in the last 2 months, it's been one thing after another, after another, after another.
Yeah.
But after the August 6th, we have the best of the mint, the 1916 Walking Liberty $50 gold and silver coin set. So that's the third installment of the 5 that we were talking about earlier.
Okay.
And then after that, we have almost a month until the Morgan Peace dollars, the next iteration of that set comes out. So as the year it's going to start winding down here soon, and so these coins will start moving quicker than they do already because there'll just be less inventory. And in those lean months, this is what sells, and also we I start really hunting for pre 1933 numismatics that are available for sale.
Yeah, I mean, those are hard to come by for sure. At least for the price. I mean, maybe for price wise.
Yep.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep an eye out for sure. We got one more. This is just what we have in our inventory. The 40th anniversary.
Yeah. So this coin here, I mean, you go on eBay, you'll see them for like $250, $235. This is the finest pedigree for the mint state. There is not an advanced release. There's only the first day of issue for the business strike, and regardless, we still get the finest pedigree. So the finest pedigree is the FDI, but this is the 40th anniversary of the Silver Eagle, so that is that in and of itself is significant, and so we offer these at a very, very competitive price. And I'm actually shocked that we still have some in inventory this late in the year, because normally by now all of our business strike MS70s are gone, both NGC and PCGS.
Yeah, I think there's just, like you said, there's just a lot of releases. I think, yeah, with that August time frame, I think that's going to be, people are going to start looking at, these a little bit more. It's very affordable. If you don't have it in your collection, it's definitely something you want to add. Less than $300, $400. There's no reason why you shouldn't have this in your collection today. So, but yeah, limited supply. Check out all the coins that we just talked about. Give us a call, 561-310-8341, unicoins@gmail.com. Get yourself a good deal. Build out a collection today. You guys are already for the 2026. You can't miss it. It's everywhere. But yeah, if you don't have it right now, you should add it. And then we'll do, I think that's pretty much it. We had the Buffalo and then the gold set, but those are very, very limited supply. So those on the screen real quick here. We got the Buffalo. It's a little close. And then we got the gold sets here. Can't really see the full set, but yeah, there's a gold set. There's only one of those pretty much that I've seen that we have. So if you guys don't have it, definitely get yourself some today. Get a hold of us. And some comments from the community. We're over time right now, so we'll go through like a couple here. Let's see. Which coin do you think has the most upside?
Ooh, out of everything that we went through, there's, I think, the best of the mint series. If you have the means to collect all 10 pieces throughout the year, that's going to be significant. If it's just one piece, I would say probably the Buffalo.
Buffalo, yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely a higher ticket item, but it's up there. So if you guys don't have it, somebody is looking for some Buffaloes, it's definitely worth the look into. And we have, you said 4 in inventory or a few?
Yeah, no, I think we have a few more than that. We only got a couple more. But that's the other thing. A lot of times, not a lot of times, most of the time, once things sell out, they're gone. Like we can't get more because it just doesn't work that way. I can't tell you how many times my coworkers have come to me, hey, can we get more of this? Can we get more of that? No, they're gone.
Yeah, I felt that. Yeah, a lot of the congratulations set at one point we ran out. That was one that was selling really well. I think early earlier in the year, first quarter. I think they were doing pretty good. And then we just got some recently. So, what else? Let's see. One more question. Let's see. What do you find? Okay, here. Which coins are becoming the hardest to find?
Well, what do if we're talking about modern or pre 1933? Coins are hardest to find. Coins that are high pedigree at a low price. That's what's hard to find.
It ain't getting cheaper, guys.
No.
So it's never too late to find yourself some deals. But yeah, it's anything pre 1933 is just it's you definitely have to have the wherewithal in the capital to put up. So, but there's a lot of people are interested in higher end collections, and get yourself something pre 1933. But yeah, modern. What would be something modern that either one we've sold a lot or don't have access to?
That is what?
That is hardest to find.
That enhanced gold eagle.
Enhanced gold, yeah. Agreed. Yeah, that was like it was gone immediately. That's what it felt like. We had it for like very little time and it's gone. Yeah. But yeah. Luckily, I had a client pick one up, so that's good. He picked up the one. Did he or the set? Was it the set or the one? I think
it was the one. The enhanced gold eagle was just the one.
Yeah,
$50 piece. But with the silver, the first coin that you pulled up, the silver enhanced that we just put in inventory, that's the matching piece for it.
Okay. That's good. Yeah, I'll get a hold of my clients, see if they're interested in that, because that's definitely a matching piece would be cool to see in that collection.
And it's significantly less money.
Yeah. It's like a tenth of the price, at least. We're at the end of the show. Definitely give us a call, guys. Appreciate fastchecks.io. Here's our information right here. 561-310-8341. Appreciate everybody for their questions. We have some more questions, but we're here at the hour. Just a little inform about what the show's direction is. We're going to be focusing on our coin releases and what we have available in stock. So we're going to be doing these more on a bi-weekly rather than every week. And then we will have special guests in the future as well. Those will be different, current show what we have now, but going forward we'll be presenting what we're doing. So maybe monthly we'll have like a guest come on, and we want to focus on higher tier guests, and the panels that we have was great this last one, so something like that similar. We'll definitely keep you guys informed of what we have. Be sure to give us a call. We always have constant rotating inventory in the highest pedigree, like we mentioned. So,
and if anyone is interested in any topics, please reach out. Send us in the comments below. Just something that you might be interested in hearing more about, and we could create a show around it. Just like we were speaking earlier, and all of a sudden it popped in the conversation. Let's have a show about the process of how coins are made from the very beginning to the final product. I mean, there's a lot involved there, including Congress.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, exactly. Like how does it become even to the point of minting it? Like, and there's a lot of Congress has to pass it, or there's a lot of people that are not mentioned that have to make sure that process is viable. That's a very interesting conversation. So we'll definitely have that on the agenda here. Any final words, anything that's going on, what people are looking for, what to look forward to?
Just know we're going to continue what we do best, which is offering the best pedigreed numismatics to our customers. And it was nice last few days. We saw upward movement in precious metals. I don't really watch it day to day. I don't trade metals or anything like that. Like I'm a buy and hold kind of guy. But I still stand by the conviction that we are going to that, and we said it before the show started. I think in the future by 3, 5, 10 years, things are going to look completely different than they do now, and as in terms of not only what money is going to look like, but what assets are going to have that, which assets are going to have value. And so owning things like numismatics, precious metals, tangible assets, high-end collectibles, the cryptocurrencies, the better ones, your BTCs, your ETHs, your SOLs, things of that nature. Keeping fiat currency under your mattress is a losing proposition. So, it's interesting times ahead. But we're just going to keep doing what we're doing for our customers and providing great customer service and offering them the best of the best.
Yeah, just keep trucking along. We have some higher quality stuff coming in. Always have the best stuff. I'll give you guys a little preview of what I'm working on the new website design from American Coin Currency. So if you guys haven't seen our previous website, we're updating quite a bit here. So you're going to see some new look to it. But yeah, I'm working on the design for product section and whatnot. So similar, but
it was needed.
It was needed. Yeah, it was hard to work with. But yeah, Shopify is a little bit different to work with than most websites, but I've been able to kind of manage it and kind of get into a little bit more. So yeah, you guys will see some new updates this either end of the month or the beginning of next month. We'll see the new website online. So definitely check that out if you guys haven't seen it. Our website is coincurrency.net. I'll just put that on the screen right here. So yeah, keep a lookout in the next 2 weeks. You'll see some new updates from our websites, coincurrency.net. So yeah, looking forward to sharing that with you guys and showing you guys, being able to buy coins a bit more, maybe cheaper, or even hot deals that we offer directly to our customers on the website only. So yeah, keep a lookout on that, and we'll keep you updated.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff, Dustin.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to making the website a bit more seamless. It's just, it's a big bottleneck, but that's okay. That's something to a learning curve for myself to start doing some website design. So, but yeah, you guys check us out, like and subscribe, hit the bottom of the post notification, check out all our videos. We have a bunch of live streams, we have a bunch of content. Check us out on X, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere, Facebook, whatever. We're everywhere. We're kind of
we're everywhere.
Check us out. We're physical location. Was that 1665
Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, West Palm Beach, Florida 33401.
Yes, sir. Yeah, check us out. Set up an appointment with us if you guys are in the area looking to buy anything. Give us a call, 561-310-8341. uniquecoins@gmail.com. A link tree, American ACC. That's coincurrency.net. You're going to check the website on the link tree. You can find us everywhere on all the maps. And yeah, so we'll be here. We'll have another show. Let's do another one on the 6th, and we'll give you guys an update on what's going on in what we have inventory. But actually, we'll do a that one episode focusing on the process of coin minting, legislative process, who's the designer. I think that's a very fascinating subject. So definitely check us out in 2 weeks, and it'll be on August 6th, on Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. You can find us, American Coin and Currency, on every platform. So thanks for joining us today, everybody. Thanks, John, for being guest or the co-host, I guess the ghost.
After a year and change, I guess I'm a co-host.
Yeah, you're co-host. I mean, yesterday or that last week was definitely, yeah, where my internet's bad. You carry the show. That's the beauty of what we do. But yeah, we'll be here next 2 weeks. We'll see you guys. Have a great weekend and definitely give us a call back 561-310-8341. We'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great day. Bye bye.
See ya.